Welcome to the Who Started the Podcast Season 2, brought to you by the Vice City. And my name is Jesus Acevedo Jr., and I'm joined by the Zodiac GM. And Zodiac, wouldn't you know it, it's Thanksgiving time. It's time for us to be thankful. What are you looking forward to in Thanksgiving? What are some of your favorite Thanksgiving memories? I'm sure it involves food, because I've known you for a long time. I know you're a big foodie.
Oh, yeah. I gotta love food, family, of course, spending time with them. So a little bit of everything, but yeah, food is always it's always there. It's, what about you? What you got going?
Same thing, it's Thanksgiving is always a very busy day because, I first go with my in-laws, Giselle, my wife's family, and then that's kind of like a lunch kind of, and then from there I go to dinner with my family, so it's kind of like eating two big meals that day. So I know Friday I'm gonna have to hit that cardio. Maybe I'm gonna hit you up and be like, Zodiac, we need to go shoot some hoops because I just gained like 10 pounds on these Thanksgiving day.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
But with that said, this is kind of a special episode, listeners. We're gonna be talking about what 4 teams are thankful for this holiday season, and we picked these 4 teams based on just what we've seen so far in this month in the season. I think most teams have played about how many games? There's an average about 18 games, give or take. 18, there, like
20, somewhere around there.
18, 20, right? Some have 20. So we're choosing 4 teams and what they're thankful for, and we're gonna kick it off in our hometown of Houston. So we're gonna start off with the Houston Rockets, and yes, Tari Eason. There you go. You took it out of my mouth. The Rockets are thankful for a healthy Tari Eason, not just having Tari Eason. We're talking about a healthy Tari Eason. Last season, he played, 25 games, if I'm not mistaken? 22 games played. 22 compared to his rookie year when he played every single game of his rookie year. So far this season, he's played 18 games. And look, it's him and I'm blanking on his name, the Terror Twin.
Thompson.
Yeah. Thompson, the Terror Twins, man, they are the Rockets engine and doing it off the bench. And you know what? I wanted to start off with Tari too because he's a Taurus, and I want you to explain to me and to our listeners like what that does for his game, how that impacts his game, and the way he just brings energy all the time, and the way that he's he's like hard-headed,
in a way. Yeah, he's determined.
Determined. Yes, like he's like I'm gonna get this steal. He's like I'm gonna get it's. So what can you tell us about him being a Taurus and had that effect?
He has that it factor. I mean, he just has it. As soon as he gets on the floor, you can just get a sense of the level of intensity that he brings. He's a Taurus with a Sagittarius moon, right? He has that fire Sagittarius moon into him. So another player similar to his combination is Chris Paul, who's also a Taurus with Sagittarius. So
interesting.
The Taurus nature, they're sort of like the bull. They're determined. They're stubborn. Like once they have their mindset on something, they're going to do it. So with him, I remember several weeks back or a month back, where or even last year, I think it was, whenever the whole Golden State Warriors thing happened. Remember when that whole drama, not a little drama, but thing with Tari Eason, the Golden State Warriors. Remember that, right? But he was injured at that time, and Draymond would say stuff like, "Hey, I wouldn't be talking about I was injured," or this and that, right? But I think the thing with Tari Eason, he backs it up. Like he can talk, and then he'll back it up. I mean, even though they lost that game earlier this season against the Warriors, but guess who was that player that stood out with the Rockets? That was Tari Eason. Yeah. He was shooting 3. He was doing everything. I mean, he has that it factor, right? Now, the Rockets are a fixed dominant team in general, which means that
because Taurus is fixed, right?
Yeah, Taurus is a fixed sign. I mean, Coach Udoka is a Leo, so Sengun is a Leo. Aquarius is also a fixed sign. They're just fixed dominant. Jabari, Taurus, also a fixed sign. That's what I mean by fixed dominant. So what that entails is that as a team, you kind of get a feeling of what that trait is all about. Determined, stubborn, and they're predictable. They are predictable, but that could be a good thing because the thing with Taurus is that they do their job to completion. There's no half.
Another famous Taurus, probably one of the top Taurus signs in the NBA at all time, Tim Duncan.
Of course. predictable.
Like,
I mean,
he was big fundamental. Like, you knew what he was gonna do. You knew, and you just couldn't stop it. That's how determined he was.
You're 100% right, and that's the type of energy. That's the type of team the Rockets are, and it works so well, and it makes so much sense that they're like number 1 or 2, top 5 even in defense. Because
number 3.
I mean, when you have all those energies that's just so fixated and doing their job, and as long as they do their job, they get it done, and they're going to do it to completion, whatever the task is. Then that's a great thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing for the Houston Rockets to have a healthy Tari Eason. And look, off the bench,
big plus.
Off the bench. And off the bench, Tari Eason, he ranks 3rd in steals per game at 2.2. You know, and these stats are just in general, but that he's getting these stats off the bench. You know, his defensive rating is at 95.2, better than Green, Mobley, and Victor Wembanyama. You know, I think
impressive.
His impact on the court just cannot be stated. His impact has been so grand this season that his name was being thrown around in trade rumors, and the Rockets were like, whoa. Let's temper that down. He's untouchable. Let's slow down. He's untouchable. Him and Tom, you know, the Terror Twins are not going anywhere. So, so the Rockets, we believe, you and I, that they're thankful for a healthy Tari Eason, because I think they need him to be healthy in order for them to be the team they need to be. I think, I don't want to say that he, you know, if he's injured, they can sustain this, but I think he's a big reason why they have gotten out to the start that they have this season. Would you agree with that?
Agree, 100%.
Yeah. So there you go.
And you know, at number 17, getting drafted at 17. Hey, that's
17
that's value.
Pick 17. That was a steal. That's a steal anywhere. You know, from a Taurus, we're gonna go to a Gemini who I think deserves a mention. The Cleveland Cavaliers are thankful this year for Kenny Atkinson, Zodiac. They are 17-1, the best record in the league. But here's how much this 17-1 means. Entering Sunday night's game against Toronto, which they won, right? But before that game, they have played 17 games in 29 days. 17 games in 29 days, and they won 16 of them. That's very impressive, and I think that goes to so many games in such close proximity of each other. You're bound to form a commodity. You're with each other. You're bound to form this like group, right? This family. You're spending so much time with the same group of guys, right? And Terry Pluto at Cleveland.com. Shout out Terry Pluto, great name. Cleveland.com. He had this article, and he's talking about different things about the Cavs. You know, little snippets of different bits of information that he's gathered. And this was a quote that he got from Atkinson about the team and the streak, right? I feel good about the team from both the mental aspect and the spiritual aspect. This group is connected. You know, and I think that goes to, you know, you've told us that this is a very well-connected team astrologically, and obviously Kenny Atkinson is a big reason for that. You know, and then he goes on to say, you know, he's writing this, having interviewed with different players and coaches and, you know, GM from Cleveland throughout the season. Then this is him from his article. He said, Atkinson is loved by players and coaches, and he enhanced his communication skills with players while working for Kerr. And I bring up Kerr because, you know, Atkinson is a Gemini, Kerr is an Aries, and we know that that's a very strong connection right there. So, but yes, so Zodiac, how thankful for the Cleveland Cavaliers of having Kenny Atkinson and how he's transformed them essentially, because it's the same team from last year.
You're right, but here's one thing that stood out, and out of all the NBA teams, I think they're probably the best in this category, which I'll mention right now, and that is their coaching staff. I know it's going to sound weird, and like coaching staff. Yes,
give it to me. Okay, give it to me.
If you look at their coaching staff, right? So I have a full database of the whole rosters of whole NBA, and I kind of quickly analyze them and see what stands out. This is the first thing that stands out to me. Their coaching staff is extremely compatible as a whole, right? Even their general manager, Mike Gansby, right? So Mike Gansby is a Sagittarius, right? Kenny Atkinson, he is a Gemini with that Aries moon. So he has that very strong-minded fire, communicative, very, very well-rounded sign. Or that's a perfect combination for this team, actually, if you think about it. But then he has Johnny Bryant, who's associate head coach. He's a Leo. What did I say about Geminis and Leos? Are a great combination.
Yes.
Jordan Ott is a Libra, right? Mike Garrity is also a Leo. DeMar Carroll, also a Leo, and Omar Cook, an Aquarius. I mean, wow. I mean, that's truly impressive. I mean,
wait. Hold on. So, okay, Kenny Atkinson is a Gemini, and then we have two Leos.
We have two Leos in the squad. You're right, and his coaching staff.
Okay, and then an Aquarius and a Libra.
And a Libra, yeah.
Wow, that
matters, and I'll tell you why that matters. Because if you're in a group, you're the head coach. Okay, Jesus, you're the head coach. What do you want energies around you to understand you, right?
Right.
To instantly connect and to instantly understand your concept, your schemes. If you were to say something, the energies around you will be able to absorb critique, good and bad, very well. Because when energies connect very well, they can actually understand the way criticism is taken, if that makes any sense whatsoever, right? Because there's some energies that conflict so much that you're afraid to tell that person something or critique because you're afraid that they might get angry. You don't know how they're going to react because you don't understand their energy, right? But if you have a group that's surrounded by you and you're saying, hey, we're going to be a defensive mind team. Hey, we're going to have this guy be our go-to. Hey, everyone's all on the same page. They're all going to most likely agree, or even if they disagree, that can bring in their 2 cents. But all that is going to be absorbed very well, which is a great thing to have for a team. Now, you bring that coaching staff to the picture and you coach your players, and that's a big plus for what the Cleveland Cavaliers have. Now, Kenny Atkinson connects very, very well to Mobley, who's also a Gemini. Also Garland, an Aquarius, right? And then Okoro, who's also an Aquarius. So those are the three players that he connects very, very well. Of course, I mentioned their best players, Donovan Mitchell, who's a Virgo. Right. But consider this: Virgo is that adaptable type of energy, right? And that's a good thing to have, because even though he is of opposite energy and he does play a major influence, he does have the flexibility or the capacity to be flexible, to adapt on the go to whatever scenarios around him. Even though there is some inconsistencies with that sign, but it still works well because you have a strong staff, right? And you have the right amount of energies that plays important roles, because Evan Mobley is big for their defense, right? So that's every team is so unique and so different. But if you start connecting pieces here and there, this is the reason why they are where they are right now. And that's a good thing. Wow. Atkinson, been very thankful. I mean, great job he's done with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And let's also remind our listeners that Atkinson almost was Charlie Hornets head coach a couple of seasons ago before he pulled out right at the last second. And let's also forget that before that, he was with the Brooklyn Nets and made them a decent team. He made them a playoff. Yes, they were like in a playing game, but they were making the playoffs. And then of course, Kevin Durant came in, Kyrie Irving, and they kind of just really pushed them out. Because they wanted somebody else. But all that to say, I feel he's landed in the right place finally. I think he was highly coveted, and the Cavs are definitely thankful for that. And we're gonna stay in the Eastern Conference, Zodiac. We're gonna talk about a player that I'm not sure many expected a rookie, this rookie specifically, to make such a splash in the first month of the season. So that's why I think the Philadelphia 76ers are thankful for Jared McCain, but Jared McCain is also thankful that the 76ers have had so much injuries, causing him to play more games. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? So did you see what I did there? Did you see what I did there? Because I think, say Jared McCain was a top 5 pick. Maybe he's playing a lot more, maybe he's not. Like, for example, Reed Shepherd, he's a 3rd pick and he's still finding his way, but it's because he hasn't had as much playing time because there's players better than him ahead right now, right? And Jared McCain, because Tyrese Maxey was hurt and Joel Embiid was hurt, so there was more playing time for him. Not that he plays the same position as Joel Embiid, but still another body to throw out there. So yeah, so Jared McCain, I think the 76ers are thankful for Jared McCain. He's been their only bright spot this season. Played every game this season. One of two players. I think the other guy is the Frenchman. I can't remember his name, the center. I think they're the only players that have played every game this season. He has a 66.8% true shooting percentage during his 8-game streak of 20-plus point games. The average is 57.3. Like, that is just, that's, he's averaging about 20. And this is the other thing, he's efficient. He's played about 24 minutes per game average, and he's averaging about 17 points per game. That's very effective time of him on the court. And so Jared McCain, I didn't see this, to be honest. I didn't watch much of him in college, right? But he has really at least still kept Philadelphia in the headlines if that's something for them, because they've had a horrible start.
You're right. I mean, he's a Pisces, double Pisces. He's a true Pisces,
double
right?
Pisces. That's a true Pisces. Yeah.
With the Pisces moon. Okay, so when he got drafted, I mean, his synergy grade was I had graded him as an A-. I knew he would fit well with the team, right? Especially with Embiid, Maxey, George there, but of course injuries and everything else. It's hard to really put them all together, but you got to give it up to him, man. This guy has lived up to his own standards of what he feels like he should be with the NBA, right? Now, consider this. Pisces, let me tell you something about Pisces, right? Pisces are the most ambitious sign in the Zodiac, right? They think so big in their own minds that sometimes others around them will be like, wow, you're way too ambitious. Like, it's kind of like that type. If Jared McCain was a rookie and he says, hey, I want to be an MVP, and that's his ambition, he's going to truly believe that in his heart that he will be MVP. But others around him be like, there's no way, right? That type. That's what I mean. Ambitious to the extreme, right? Now, that's what Jared McCain is. They're very imaginative. I mean, the Pisces energy, very creative, imaginative, but they're strong.
I mean, he's a big TikToker. He's a big TikToker.
Yeah, I mean, he has a huge influence in the social media world, of course, but he's also backed it up on the court. Another, who he reminds me of course, it's ironic because they're the same exact sign there. As Steph Curry, also Pisces. I mean, when Steph Curry got drafted,
a double Pisces?
No, he's not. He's a Pisces with Aquarius moon, Steph Curry. But remember when he got drafted, people would always kind of like, oh, he probably won't last. His body won't last. All that stuff, right? But his determination. I mean, when you listen to him talk in a lot of these interviews, he just wants to be the best, and he's just that type of energy that he brings to the table. His mental capacity it's like that, right? This whole synergy thing, it's a big deal. So someone had and I appreciate this response. Someone actually messaged me this, right? And then the way he worded it was something around, we're on the verge. This whole synergy analysis is sort of like on the verge or the pulse of capturing another analysis of connecting the human aspect of a team, right? Because whenever there's a game in the NBA or whatever, people always analyze skills or stats or percentages, but there's a human aspect that people don't really understand how to analyze, right? But the synergy thing, if you understand a certain energy is coming into your team, you're drafting Jared McCain. He's a double Pisces. Okay, he already has this set skill set. He can shoot threes. He's 6'2", this and that, right? He's a combo guard or whatever it is. But then you throw in the sense, okay, he's a double Pisces. Okay, he can fit with this certain player in our team, who's Joel Embiid, who is also a Pisces, right? This could work very well. Now, if you're a GM, I mean, you would consider that, right? Of course, there's all these other players that could fit in his team as well. But considering his skill talent and the position that he plays, and you fit him in this team, I have a feeling I don't think they haven't even played that many minutes or games yet. But him and Joel Embiid will connect extremely well. Double Pisces energy. I mean, Pisces, a Pisces duo, along with Maxey, along with George. I mean, that's a really, really good connection. The only thing that Philadelphia's missing is that either a Capricorn or a Cancer energy. And I've mentioned it so many times. Someone like Gary Trent Jr., Luke Kennard. But anyways, Jared McCain, Pisces energy. Yeah, that's a big plus for the 76ers.
Yeah, I mean they're thankful because I mean they're still they're I know people some have already won a right amount of the season, but there's still so much season to go. And let's be honest, the Eastern Conference is trash. This so far, I would say, right. I don't want to say for the season so far, but so far, yes, it hasn't been bad. I think there's I'm looking there's 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 4 teams above 500, and then there's the Heat at 500. So from the 6th seed on down, every team is under 500.
Wow.
When you compare that to the Western Conference, where you have the Minnesota Timberwolves at the 11th seed, 8-8, and then you have 4 tems on the 500.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, to have them at mid range is good.
Right. Yeah. So they're 3-13, and look, I think Philadelphia is also thankful that they're in the Eastern Conference because they can easily slip into that playing tournament, and it's all health about them, right? So
you're right.
How many should see how McCain fits into a fully healthy 76ers because he could be a sharpshooter off the bench, have him run the team at the point. So, but from one rookie and the East Coast, we're going to go to a rookie in the West Coast that's making a name for himself. Dalton Knecht. I won't say it right. Knecht?
Connect. Yeah, like Connect 4, like Connect 4.
Okay, Dalton Knecht. Dalton Knecht becoming a fan favorite quickly in La La Land in Los Angeles. Look, he's the man can flat out shoot. So that quick release, just gets it and shoots it. I mean, he had a 37-point game. Had LA going crazy. This man can just shoot it. But what I will say is that my only concern is and he needs to get his defense better. That's the only thing I will say. But look, the Lakers are thankful that they drafted Dalton Knecht. He's been exactly what this team has needed, is to shoot a flat-out shooter, because they've had shooters that are streaky, and when they're streaky, they help. But you need somebody that's just a flat-out, like, knockdown shooter, and that's what Dalton Knecht is. But, yeah, for me, if he fixes that defense, because he's been a lot of the crossovers and a lot of the fakes. But the good thing is that there's effort. So, for me, so that, me, I love to play defense. And defense, to me, effort is half the battle. Effort is half the battle. The next step is just kind of pairing that effort with the defensive techniques to help him become a better defensive player. But, yeah, so tell me about Dalton Knecht and how he's fitting in with this Laker team so fast, so suddenly, and he hasn't had to carry them like McCain has, but he's been beneficial to their start as well.
He fits them very well. He's an Aries Taurus cusp. He's sort of in that mid half and half breed sort of sense, that hybrid of an Aries Taurus cusp, which works out perfect. I mean, he has a Pisces moon that also helps. He connects very well with the sort of his energy combination is sort of like a in combination. He connects well with Reeves, for example, AD and LeBron and Coach Redick. So he's a great fit for the system. I had him rated as a B+ because of that. It's still on the positive side. His skill set fits perfect with the aggressive nature of LeBron, and also with Davis being the Pisces. LeBron is a leader of the team, the Capricorn leader, right? And Davis sort of like that adaptable type of energy that helps LeBron, because you have to have that help follow, that quote unquote follower type of energy, which is a great thing for any team, right? And then those Pisces falls into that category, right? But then you also need that stability type of energy, right? And that's what Dalton Knecht brings. He brings that stability, that consistency, something that you can count on. That's the type of energy he has. But he so happens to be elite at a skill, which is three-pointer, which fits perfect in their overall scheme. That's the reason why it fits well with the Lakers squad. I know they threw a lineup with him starting along with AD, LeBron, Reeves, and Cam Reddish, which was that 4-1 synergy combination, and along with their scheme, I thought that was a great lineup for them. And I think they've only used it once, and they won a game, but I think with they changed it up a little bit afterwards. I'm curious to see how JJ Redick uses his starting lineup. And hopefully he does really good. But guess what? He was drafted number 17 as well, same as Tari Eason, also number 17. There's something about that number 17 that's done well, you know.
Something was and it's interesting, drafted 16 was Jared McCain.
Oh, you're right.
To the Philadelphia 76ers. So
maybe
something about those teens. I think there's something to be found about those teens. Which makes you question. We're talking about McCain and Dalton Knecht, two players drafted 16 and 17. Like, what does that say about teams that drafted earlier that missed out on these players? Or is it too soon to say they missed out? Because look, it's only been a month, right? So this could turn. Maybe McCain's hot streak dies down. Maybe Knecht doesn't get as much more playing time, or but so far early returns are very solid for both McCain and Knecht. And I think especially for Knecht, I think Knecht has a chance to go deep into the playoffs. Like, I think that's how good I think this Laker team is now with JJ Redick. I think they're going to make a deep Western Conference playoff run. I'm willing to say I'm not sure that they'll make the Western Conference Finals. After that, I don't know, because there's the Western Conference. It's going to be a battle. This
Western Conference is tough.
It's going to be a tough battle. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams with double-digit wins in the Western Conference, compared to 3 in the Eastern Conference. And I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but we have a couple extra minutes here. There was something that came up, a Western Conference GM. I'm not sure what it was called, where he said, but it kind of leaked that he went to the commissioner. He wrote a letter to the commissioner, or the communication to the commissioner, right, that he would like to change the playoff format to allow the best 16 teams to go into the playoffs, as opposed to just the top 8 from each conference. So I think that would be obviously benefit the Western Conference, and I know why Eastern Conference teams will be upset at that. But I think this just rewards the better teams, right? The best teams in the NBA league overall, as opposed to Eastern Western Conference. What do you think? What do you think about that, Zodiac?
It's sort of half and half, because now if you're out of that top 16, majority of the teams are probably like, forget about it. So in a sense, but I mean, it makes sense. But I don't know how that's gonna, with the division, rivalries and all that stuff. I don't know how that's gonna factor in, but it could work. I mean, we're all about change, and we've got to go with the flow. And if that works, hey, give it a shot. Keep going if it does. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it could be interesting, because we also got expansion coming, right? There's talk about Seattle coming back, and I know
to make it
Las Vegas. I think as soon as LeBron retires, I think he's going to get the Las Vegas franchise. I bet you anything. I don't know. I have a feeling, but I think. But once that happens, one team is going to have to move out, and maybe go to the Eastern Conference. So because look at Minnesota, Memphis, Pelicans. I mean, I don't know, or maybe they may have to realign the teams. We'll see, because Seattle and Las Vegas are both in the Western Conference. So, but those are our topics, and a little surprise there at the end. Zodiac, any parting words? Well, let me ask you. What food is there? A specific food you're looking forward to this Thanksgiving week?
I like mac and cheese. I've always been a fan of mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese. Yeah, that's bad though. If I eat so much mac and cheese, it's crazy. That means that's just exercise like 1,000 times more. But it's it's always been one of my favorites. So anytime it's Thanksgiving dinner or something, I'll always peep to see where the mac and cheese is, because I'm like, okay, that's where it is. I gotta have some on my plate. What about you?
I don't know. Like, I like a good turkey and gravy, but I don't know. I don't really have a set dish. A good stuffing. Oh, good stuffing goes hard. One time I had it was like a Cajun style stuffing with pecans. Oh, I think I got it from Boudreaux's. That was really good. But yeah, some good stuffing is good. But yeah, some good turkey too. Some good juicy turkey. Just so much good food. I definitely always feel worse for myself after this week because I eat so much, at work, then at home, 2 different homes. So yeah, definitely gonna hit that workout. So Zodiac, we're gonna hit the gym this week, and I'm gonna hit you. We're gonna go shoot some hoops for sure. Man. Let's go. I need it.
Definitely need to. So I'll be excited for that.
Well, any parting words on this episode?
Let's see. Follow us on Twitter X, the Zodiac GM, and also Hoopstrology. You'll find some content there. I think it'll be amazing. So just be on the lookout for a lot of our conversations. It's different. And then if y'all have anything, just feel free to send us a message with ideas or questions or anything like that. And we definitely think of a plan to even share it maybe on an episode. What do you think?
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Send us some DMs. We're always looking forward to reading your comments. And also, don't forget to follow me, Jesus_Acevedo Jr. and follow the Bayou Cityan. And don't forget to subscribe. See ya.